It's noisy on the first
15.
point. Goodness knows what will happen if we get to a final set breaker. Diane was born in Nice, but as a young child, the family moved to Paris, and they moved to a particular area of Paris called Boulogne-Billancourt. And it is literally on the doorstep of Roland Garros, where they play the second major of the year. You cannot move for French tennis players and former French tennis players that live there. And she now has her own apartment where she can literally see the clay of where they staged what is called, which is known as the French Open.
That gives you goals as you're growing up. Aspirations.
15,
She's
30.
also a stone's throw away from the Paris Saint-Germain home stadium, which is about 100 meters from the Roland Garros site. And she's a huge PSG fan, as they won the Champions League this summer. I was actually there in Paris when it won. It's pretty crazy. What do you make of Diane and her single-handed backhand?
I love it. All the players who have the one-handed backhand. You know, I called a match earlier with Golubic, the Swiss player who fell short in her matchup out on court 17 earlier today. Oh, well done. She's playing Brazilian Haraj Maya. So anytime I see the one-handers, I'm impressed that they continue. A lot of players will start off with them and then they'll switch. It gives them the variety, the extra reach, gives them the not only the top spin, but the slice, helps them with the drop shot and even the volleys. Perhaps Amélie Mauresmo was someone she idolized coming up. The French woman that had the one-hander.
Yes, she actually idolized a number of players, actually. Roger Federer, Amélie Mauresmo, also a Parisian, Justine Henin, the Belgian, and Ash Barty. So not usually when they say they have an idol, it's one or two, but no, she's got a whole suite of them. Currently ranked at 107 in the world. Must have literally just squeezed in the main draw.
Advantage, Zarazua.
Zarazua taking advantage of the short ball moving forward. It is quite breezy out there. I was outside earlier on the grounds, and it's not a light breeze. It is fairly windy. And if the gust comes in, it can really disrupt play for the players.
It's deceptively so, but the Mexican, an early chance to break. Oh dear.
First game.
And it will be fascinating to see how she can back up her first ever top 10 win. It's never been one of the bigger names who's been playing well. It's Clara Tauson of Denmark. She went out, and also Bencic out as well.
Renata Zarazua.
Never know.
There's always that one player that breaks through at a major.
Yes, we see it time and time again, don't we?
So which one of those players that took out a top player will move deep into the draw?
Renata, 27 years of age, yet to win a title. Currently ranked 82 in the world, but was banging on the door of the top 50 at the end of last season. It hasn't been, I would say, a terrific year for her. She sort of scraped about winning sort of a match here and there on the main tour, and then has had to drop down to some of the lower circuits. Really athletic smash.
Well done from Parry. Parry really has a lot of variety in her game. She's real smooth and fluid strokes on both sides, the forehand and the backhand. Not only does she has a beautiful backhand coming over it for the topspin, but she does have the slice. There's a lot of variety there. It's just understanding how to put all of those weapons together. Or should I say, putting those tools together to make them a weapon.
Zarazua, 5 years older, the more experience, and so often tennis players have great pedigree in terms of their heritage. And her great uncle Vicente Zarazua, what a great name that is, played Davis Cup for Mexico back in the 60s and 70s, and he played all those great Australian teams with Laver and Rosewell. That's really good from Parry. It's great when you've got someone in your family that's been exposed. I mean, he played all the great American players of the 60s and 70s. Stan Smith, I mean, so many of them that were out there. Alcaraz. He also played in the Olympics as well, because it was a test event back in 1968 in Mexico City. But has to concentrate here, facing an immediate break back.
Not sure if the wind affected that, but Parry did not seem like to move her feet at all. Stumped that ball right in the bottom of the net.
It's really deceptive, isn't it, the conditions? Because if you actually have been out on Louis Armstrong today watching some matches, you wouldn't know that there was any elements at all. I mean, it was perfect playing conditions. But you are very exposed to on that court 5.
An ill-advised attempt of a drop shot from well beyond the baseline from Parry.
Advantage, Zarazua.
The fans chanting on Zarazua. Zarazua has experience playing Fed Cup, now Billie Jean King Cup, for several years. Used to this type of environment.
to great fanfare. Zarazua hangs on and backs up the break.
Zarazua leads 2-love, first set.
So when you were mentioning her grandfather playing Davis Cup for
her great uncle,
her great uncle playing,
but her grandfather also played really well, and so did her father, but not to that level.
So the family, you know, great tennis players is awesome, but with her great uncle playing, I'm sure she aspired to play for her country as well, which she has done.
It just sets the level below, maybe above, like club or county or national level, doesn't it? You aspire internationally.
Love.
Hasn't been the best 12 months or so for Parry. She was inside top 50 back in October of last year. Now slipped outside the top 100. As I said, she would have literally probably got one of the last spots in the main draw.
I like the idea of Parry moving forward to take that ball on the rise. Perhaps it was just a little bit too high for her. Pulled it wide.
Never easy to have a season, is it, where you've lost more matches than you've won. It's been a rough year.
Let her serve.
Making her 5th appearance here as Parry.
$30-15.
Beautiful forehands on those last 2 points. The first one with an inside-out forehand, this time inside-in. Good footwork, good racket head acceleration. Interesting follow-through. The finish above her head.
Game, Parry.
A much better game from the Frenchwoman. But it's Zarazua with the early break.
Zarazua leads 2-1.
Do you get a chance to see much of the game against Keys? Zarazua game?
Only from up here.
Yeah, but
I was calling a match, and I was actually looking down in between and watching Zarazua and Keys, because it was a very long match, a couple tie breaks, and then 7-5 in the third.
That is beautifully worked. My question was going to be, even from that vantage point, I was in a similar situation. What was it that Zarazua did so well for you?
She brought a lot of balls back, and she forced, Madison to go for more and more. Madison has a tendency to just keep hitting the ball hard and harder on every shot. And so for Zarazua, she never stopped.
She's busy, isn't she? Industrious.
Yes, you know, she runs down a lot of balls. She brings them back, and I think, you know, that's kind of the objective in this sport, right? Just keep bringing the ball back, and that's what she does. She fights till the end, and she fought really well in that match. She frustrated Madison by getting to balls that perhaps other players wouldn't ordinarily get to. She showed her speed around the court in that match. She's not a powerful player, but she picks her spots. And so the one thing that I've seen her play before, and so in watching Zarazua, you know, she rolls the ball around the courts, but she waits for her moments before she finds the opening to hit the winners when she does hit them.
Seems a very compact player. One you have to, she doesn't want to give it to you, is she?
She's patient.
Yep. And she's done well to get back from love 30 in this game. But got stung there.
30-40.
And Parry, who had a chance to break in Zarazua's opening service game. A chance to do so here again. Well, I have to say, Zarazua hitting a backhand from the forehand side of the court tells you something, which wing she would prefer, where she preferred to play her tennis. And there is the break back.
2 games all per set.
Now, there's a great website that so many of us broadcasters use, and it's great for the fans as well. It is usopen.org. You can download the app. It will give you all the scores, the highlights, the stats. You have all the socials there. Facebook, X and Instagram. And also you can join the conversation at hashtag US Open.
Love.
This is their third meeting, first on hard court. They met back in 2019 on the clay courts of Strasbourg in the qualifying. That's the week before Roland Garros, and it was Zarazua winning in 3 sets. That was over 2 hours, but at that time, Parry was a teenager. That's much better. And I know she was a teenager then, because that was the year, although she didn't win a junior slam in singles, she was very consistent on that international junior circuit and became the #1 junior in the world. And watched here by another world number 1, Emily Mauresmo, who's in town. Twice a semi-finalist in. Never won here at the US Open. Won at Wimbledon and Down Under. I'm sure Diane will know that one of her tennis idols is watching it. Is that a plus or a minus?
Depends on your relationship with that person. So if she has a relationship with her, it's probably not a big deal.
Okay.
But if it's someone that she wants, you know, is always hoping it's going to watch her or be there, she could be a little nervous.
This is much better. 3 games in a row now for the Frenchwoman, and after a couple of breaks, back on serve early stages of this opening set.
Love 15.
Interesting to see how she copes to having got a really great jump start in this opening set. Back in the opening game, and it's just been pulled back. Momentum a little against her now.
Love 30.
I think what's happened here is that Parry has kind of settled down in her game style and trying to figure out what she's doing. You know, Zarazua, as I mentioned earlier, she's just a player that gets a lot of balls back. She doesn't have a lot of power. Her average ground stroke speed so far in this match is only 60 miles per hour. So she's not somebody that's going to blow you off the court. She moves the ball around and she waits for her openings, or she waits for you to miss. And that's what happened against Madison Keys the other day. Keys ultimately beat herself more so than Zarazua beating Keys. It was about the unforced errors that Madison Keys had, not so much winners that Zarazua had.
Love 14.
And so for Diane Parry, with the variety that she has, she's not out here blowing winners by Zarazua. She's hitting the slice, she's rolling the shots, she's taking balls out of the air. There's so much variety in her game that she can distract Zarazua. And disrupt her. And that's what we're seeing thus far with her getting back into this. And now she's up a break.
4 games to 2 per set.
And that is 10 points in a row now for the Frenchwoman. So a really big momentum swing. It's 10 or 15 minutes of seeing some of the better tennis that she can produce. Parry has made the third round of every slam.
15.
Not from here. I have to say that a lot of us took notice of her 3 years ago at the French Open. It was a wild card in beating the defending champion. Took out Barbora Krejcikova
30 love.
that occasion. There is an asterisk beside that, because Barbora was nowhere near really fit enough to play. Had she not been defending, she probably wouldn't have competed. But Diane was a very young player then, still a teenager, and did it on a big stage. Takes a run of 12 consecutive points.
Beautiful.
40-15.
You can almost see how much more relaxed Parry is right now. Just even the way she walked to get that ball. Her shoulders are back. Swinging a lot more freely than she was in the first couple of games. Look at that.
Parry.
And the Frenchwoman is flying along here. And opens up a 5-2 lead in this first set.
5 games to 2 per set.
Zarazua with the new balls, serving to stay in this opening set.
Different tactic for Zarazua. Taking advantage of that, moving forward, trying to put a little pressure on Parry. Break it up a little bit. Break up that momentum.
Gorgeous. Don't see too many of those these days, do we?
15-all.
That's from your era and mine, right? Back in the day, that's what we did.
We recognize this tennis.
That's right. Chip and charge, baby.
Yeah, that youngster there's going, what's that we just saw? Where did that come from? Oh, gorgeous.
Parry's just showing off now. She's got all the weapons in her bag.
15,
full
30.
arsenal of shots.
So it looks to be a complete palette, doesn't it?
Yeah, you don't see that much these days.
She's within a couple of points now of taking this opening set after a very kind of unsure start. World Junior #1. Oh, she's made it. That's huge. And that's quite some way to bring up set point.
And that's a tough shot to hit. I mean, she just barely touched the line, but it's absolutely no pace off that shot from Zarazua. So Parry had to generate that pace. Kept her balance.
Lovely to see Caroline Garcia, former French #1, also retiring at this year's US Open. She's here to see set point. This scenario 20 minutes ago looked most unlikely,
40.
given the start that Zarazua made. But still set point. And there's the set. It's a great recovery from the Frenchwoman. To the delight of those watching on, she takes this opening set by 6 games to 2. Parry did a very good job in that opening set when she found her range of containing the Mexican fans who are poised to get behind someone who is a big name back home.
Love 30.
Well, Zarazua definitely had the advantage with the crowd. But she hasn't had the advantage on the court since game 3. Just seems like the air has been let out of her bubble.
Yes. Zarazua is a kind of quite energetic, bouncy character, isn't she? Oh, it's a joy to watch her play.
30 all.
Maybe the third round of Wimbledon this year as a qualifier. Lost to the British player Sonny Cartel in the end. Also made the third round on the grass on debut at the Wallington Club. I understand it's a surface that really does suit her game.
Put some energy there.
She needs something, doesn't she, against the player that she's beaten on the only two occasions that they've played last time in Montevideo. Early on in the 2023 season. Both occasions it's been 3 sets, Zarazua winning the first. Both matches have gone well over 2 hours. Oh dear.
Oh, didn't see that coming.
Completely against the run of play. But she stops all those games against.
A couple errors there from Parry. 4 to start that first game.
Love 15.
It's a lovely evening here, isn't it? Out in Queens. Big crowds, and it was Labour Day weekend. We're on the cusp of it. Imagine how many will be in the grounds the next day or so.
It'll be packed. Well, it's already packed if you've been out walking on the grounds.
It'd be super packed. I guess as a tennis player, with Labour Day always coming through, coming through when it's the US Open, like, you've probably never had a chance to go and sort of have a typical Labour Day, go and have a barbecue and go to the beach or anything like that.
1 year, I didn't go to the beach, but 1 year I actually took kind of the early afternoon off and went to a friend's house for a barbie.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to a barbecue.
Once.
Like a pool party.
Once.
Yes.
It's called being a tennis player, isn't it?
I think I had an early match. I had one match scheduled. I didn't have a meeting, and I was done at like 2 o'clock. And then I left the grounds. I mean, it was beautiful.
Looking at some of these second serve speeds from Zarazua, can you get away with, a second serve, mid 70 miles an hour these days on the women's tour?
Not really. I mean, they are, but not really. I mean, these ladies are cracking their returns so big. I mean, right now it's really windy out there, so depending on which end of the court you're returning from. You may be a bit careful, but you see Parry right now seems to be playing in a defensive mode to hit the 2 slices on the backhand and then even a slice on that forehand. not being aggressive at all.
Well, the wind is southerly, so it's coming really from behind Parry towards Zarazua.
Correct. She's playing with the wind right now.
30-40.
This is a funny old match, isn't it?
It is.
It's one of those.
Kind of a seesaw.
You don't get a lot of protection on this court. It's not bouncing around the stands or being funneled. It's pretty consistent. Chance of the immediate break back here. It's really well played.
Well done from Zarazua. See the little steps that matter on those balls, particularly when it's windy, making sure that you're constantly moving, not waiting for the ball, making the adjustments.
Advantage, Zarazua.
You really don't need to watch this match to know who's winning the point, because you can hear from the reaction of the crowd and the Mexican supporters.
Oh, beautiful. 1-2 punch from Zarazua. We haven't seen that combination in a while.
Zarazua leads 2-0. Second set.
Did really well to fend off that break point. It's not a level that she's been playing at for very long. This is her second appearance here at the US Open. Didn't qualify in 3 previous attempts. Debut last year as a main draw player. Actually beat a Frenchwoman, beat Caroline Garcia, who was watching on the sidelines.
15
and then lost to the returning more world #1 Caroline Wozniacki. This is Renata Zarazua. Very much more experienced at Grand Slam level.
Love.
Parry hits most of her second serves towards the body. Does that again. It's a good combination. That return comes back down the middle. And she hits the winner.
When it's on, it looks awfully good.
Yeah, of course, she sends them mostly down to T. That's where she hits it again, or attempts to. Second serve to the body or out wide is where she's most comfortable.
Out. 40-15. Parry.
It's awfully good and a much-needed hold. Go down an
Zarazua leads
early break in the second.
Set. First set, Parry. Love.
First ace for the Mexican. And this was all where it went awry in the opening set, and she got off to a great lead in the opening game, backed it up, and then nothing. Sort of disappeared from the set.
On.
Hit that one off her back foot. Two-hander.
She's a fabulous athlete, isn't she, Diane Parry? Probably could have done a whole number of sports. Fortunately, she chose tennis.
Yeah, she's very agile out there. Great balance. Moves gracefully around the court. That slice backhand is a work of art.
15-14.
Just don't see that in the women's game these days.
Yes, we are in slice backhand heaven. I have a feeling Renata is in slice backhand hell out here as she faces a break point, couple of break points.
Great serve. Well placed in the corner.
30-40.
It's close to her fastest serve of the match. That was at 93 miles per hour. Her fastest 95 miles per hour. Beautifully placed forehand from Diane Parry.
2 games all.
Didn't have a lot of real estate up the line to hit that shot, but she found the corner. Gets a thumbs up from Garcia.
Yes, but her last ever match was beaten by Rakimova in the first round. And if you go to usopen.org or the app, or any of the socials, that's the sort of result you can look up and check. So it's all on there, all the stats, the highlights, everything. You can even see how she finished her career.
And she had a remarkable one. Fun player to watch, Garcia.
Yeah, she'll enjoy. Well, both actually Mauresmo and Garcia will enjoy the game of Diane Parry. And I have to say, there's another very good single-handed backhand on the grounds today, because up in our broadcast area, high above the Arthur Ashe Stadium, Ala Suarez Navarro of Spain, who was floating around. She's their Billie Jean King Cup captain.
Love 30. Net, pot. Love 40.
It looks as if we're not going to have a repeat of the first set. And just as you felt she'd got going, she's left the door open here for the Mexican. And that will please her fans. As once more, she is up a break in the second set. Well, I think there'll be drama here out on court 5, which is packed with Mexican fans to support Mexican #1, Renata Zarazua, from a country that doesn't produce too many top players. We were reminiscing a little earlier, weren't we, on one of the breaks about a player that played in our generation, Angelica Galvadon.
That's right. Solid player back in the day.
Famous for playing tennis matches in bright red lipstick.
Yes, yes. She was one of a kind.
She really was, but a very good player. Twice a quarterfinalist at the Australian Open.
She's cheering this young lady on right now. And she's really raised her level here in the last few games. A beautiful finish at the net there with that big forehand.
40 love.
Doesn't hit a lot of powerful shots. Found some racket head acceleration moving forward for that fine finish.
Parry's disappeared, hasn't she, in the last 15 or so minutes? It's a first hold to love.
Zarazua leads 4-2. Second set.
Well, the unforced errors have doubled for Diane Parry here in the second set. 8-4. 4 of those were in the first game here in this second set, which she was broken.
This young woman has won 8 of the last 9 points. Big momentum swing.
Her serve has definitely gone awry. Also here in the second set, amassing 3 double faults.
That's what tends to happen, isn't it? You get the luck when you don't really need it. We were chatting moments about Angelica Galvadon, and whether she were watching. Well, she lives these days in Southern California. I just looked it up. She's coaching there. She's got a tennis academy.
Yeah, I think in San Diego area.
Yeah. Too good.
What a pickup from Zarazua. And pick that up on the rise and going behind Parry for the winner.
15-30.
Much needed first serve from Parry.
Strange,
as well as an ace.
Sorry, Catherine, I just think it's very strange how the 22-year-old is so hot and cold out here.
Particularly after coming back with a string of games to close out that first set. And then just went south.
Wow.
$15-40.
Yeah, Amelie's like, what's happened? What's happening? So was there a chance for the double break here? It's all going the way of the Mexican. And she is in charge of this second set. Looks like we're going the distance.
Oh, well done from Parry. Stepping in, going behind Zarazua. But Zarazua, coming out of that corner,
15.
didn't move out of it very well. She actually turned her shoulder completely. There's no way you can recover to go behind you on that one. Now you got to do that crossover move and still face the net in order to keep your balance. Once you turn your shoulder, you're done.
$15-all.
So for those players at home, particularly the youngsters, it's so important to understand how to move around the court and recovering from those shots in the corners. Is she going to close this game out? Zarazua? Or is Parry going to give it to her?
30-15.
I'm going to leave that hanging in the air as a rhetorical question.
Just throwing it out there.
I'm ready for you, Katrina.
11 unforced errors for Parry. Only 4 for Zarazua here in this second set.
Well,
40.
yes, they'll be staying a little longer. Nearly half an hour after dropping the opening set in a scenario that looked most unlikely. Zarazua is ready to level the contest. And she does so at the first time of asking. She lost the first set by 6-2. She's won the second by the same scoreline. We're going the distance here on court 5. Decider here for a place in the third round.
Law 15.
So who is going to focus the most here? See Caroline Garcia in the middle of your screen there. She showed up early in that second set. I'm wondering if that distracted Parry just a bit, perhaps made her nervous. I don't know. But sometimes when you have a star player show up on the sideline, no matter how close you may be to them, things change mentally.
Yeah, especially if you're not quite focusing, and then you notice a little more what's going on the outside of the court. Quite. Now, can Diane Parry hold serve at the start of the set? Something she failed to do in the opening set and the second. And what has been a very strange match with huge momentum swings.
Well, she's halfway there now, and now in the second set, she opened up with 4 unforced errors. So perhaps she can hold it together here in this final set. There's a loose shot from Zarazua.
That's something we didn't see, did we? Really, no. in the second set, she really was very sort of stingy, watched on here. Number 1 in the centre of your picture with the grey shirt, just putting her elbow on her knee. Amelie Mauresmo, she's as puzzled as we are. We've seen her the last hour and a quarter. They've broken 3 times in that second set. And really, court 5 has been packed since the start of the match with wall-to-wall Mexican fans. A much-needed hold.
First game, final set.
And that stops the run of 4 games against her. Where's this one going? Where's the destiny? Where are we heading to? I mean, look at it. So they can't. The Mexican fans. I mean, I'm amazed we haven't seen a wave. You know, they are primed, aren't they, to just go, you know, cause pandemonium out here.
Well, they had it in the second set. I think maybe that's what got Zarazua going, and maybe Parry on her heels, but gosh, Parry needed to hold serve there to break that momentum from the Mexican, because Zarazua, you know, she doesn't have the weapons. It's really, her weapon is consistency. And that's what she was in that second set. Did not have a lot of unforced errors. She just really got a lot of balls back. Parry is the one that broke down. Her serve broke down. Her ground strokes broke down. It's important for Zarazua to hold serve here to stay even. Zarazua does not have a lot of power, not only on her serves, but on her ground strokes.
We have a complete contrast in styles, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, her average strokes are coming in 60s.
In terms of her baseline game.
Yes.
It's like she's got a feather duster out there.
Her average forehand speed is 63 miles per hour, and her backhand is 62 miles per hour.
Third meeting between the two. Zarazua has won both their prior ones, which were on clay, in a very different scenario where she was the one that was winning the first set, dropping the second, then coming through in the third. Both those meetings are long encounters. But Katrina, she's trying to break new ground here, because she's been to the second round of the Australian at Wimbledon and here last year, but she's never been to the third round of the Slam. At 27 years of age, this is only her 8th major tournament. She's very lightly raced at this level.
Is that the majority of the shots that she has missed have been wide, whether it's been on the forehand or the backhand. 39% of her shots she's missed wide.
So what does that tell you about what's happening with her game?
Well, one, she's going too close to the line. You know, it is windy out here, but she's not giving herself a bigger margin of error for, you know, going more towards the center of the court. Only 26% of her shots have gone long. So if she's trying to move Zarazua around the court, she's not giving herself enough margin, you know, within the corners to at least give herself a chance of missing or keeping them in the play. She is slicing a lot. She is hitting a lot of them down the line, and she's pushing them wide down the line. She's not missing them wide cross court. She's missing them wide down the line.
And she give her a small cadre of French supporters a little lift here.
Again, so that ball is behind her, right? It's not out in front where she can guide it into the court. It's a little late.
And you've made the point that it is pretty breezy out here. There's quite a strong southerly, and it's blowing into Renata. So Parry has the wind with her.
Zarazua.
And Katrina, you had a double-hander and a single-handed slice, but I don't know, when the wind's behind you, kind of, I don't know, I'd be very reluctant to open up the racket face as much as she's doing out here.
Oh, I'd be rolling it a lot more than I would be slicing it.
And she's doing the opposite.
If you're tight, you're slowing down your racket head speed. So that ball has a tendency to float on you that much more.
And then you've got the wind taking it away as well. That is a very good hold, and a much needed one from Zarazua.
One game on, final set.
See just how breezy it is out on court 5 by the skirt tail blowing, the shirts on the ball kids.
Yes, you'd think it would be more sheltered, wouldn't you? Because it has the grandstand stadium behind Parry, and then over the other side, it's sort of nestled between ash and grandstand.
Yeah, but on the grounds here, that wind gets down and just swirls around. But from 4, 5, and 6, it goes straight across. There's not much blocking the wind going east to west there.
And as a former president of the USTA, you knew.
I know these grounds very well.
There's not a lot you don't know about these grounds and the campus. And actually, funny, when both players went off for a bathroom break at the end of the second set, you were like, "Oh, they haven't got to go very far. It's just behind the courts there." You even know, I have the best analyst in town here. She even knows where the bathrooms are.
I know almost every inch of this campus.
I'm gonna test you with something obscure a little later on. Another one that drifts wide.
Yeah, but now we're starting to see Parry talk to herself, showing signs of frustration. It's really important that she stays focused on what she needs to do on the next point. And right now, it's about first serve percentage. Continuing to get these first serves in. She's really struggled with the double faults the first 2 sets.
To be a winner.
Good execution on that one.
40-30.
Let's see just how effective Parry has been with the rallies that have ranged between 5 and 8 shots.
Through a tricky service game, and we remain on serve for early part of this third set.
Paris needs 2 games to 1. Final set.
Tu peux lui dire un truc au mec en haut là-bas qui applaudit entre les...
Time.
Well, the crowd is behind Zarazua. The Mexican player from North America,
13 love.
just south of the border. Good balance on that shot, saved by the net cord.
Sure, Annalise Zarazua is enjoying this as much as she's making out. And the question is, can the one who defeated Madison Keys a couple of days ago on Arthur Ashe get through to the third round for the first time here? As you mentioned right at the start of this contest, we just didn't know where this was going to go. Backing up is very hard to do. First time she's ever beaten a top 10 player. First time a Mexican woman has ever, in 30 years, actually 30 years, since Angelica Galvadon beat Jana Novotná, the Australian Open, a top 10 player. Oh, she's got that
with ease.
And this is huge news back home.
Zarazua has the momentum yet again. Even though we're level, she has the crowd on her side here in this final set. You just feel the energy. This is how we started this match, though.
And then she lost the next 6 games. It could go anywhere.
So I feel it's Parry's to win or lose. And what I mean by that is she has the game and the weapons to win it. She has all the strokes, she has a variety in her game, and she has the power. And we saw it in the first set of her coming back and showing us what she's made of or what she's capable of doing. However, Zarazua has the patience. She doesn't go for the winners. She just keeps getting the ball back, and she makes you beat yourself. There's the power, but in Zarazua, in doing that, her strategy, she's a very smart player. And she waits for her opportunities to move forward and finds the openings. And her power, the power is her feet and her mind, not so much the strength of how she hits, of how hard she hits the ball.
Perfectly explained.
Thank you.
Parry needs some of that tennis from the first set here. She wants to make it through to the 3rd round. Former junior world #1 and year-end #1 as well. 6 years ago has had that's a big label to carry moving into professional tennis. She's found it a little hard, ranking going up and down, currently ranked outside the world's top 100. This year, really, from that 3rd round berth at Wimbledon, has struggled to win matches. She came into this US Open losing more than she'd won, so doesn't have a whole load of confidence. Whereas Zarazua has had an excellent 12 months.
Please now between serves, no clapping. Thank you.
Well, that one was long rather than wide, Katrina. But that's a rare one. As you were telling us in the seconds that so many of Parry's shots have drifted wide of the sidelines. What a chance of Zarazua here. Don't forget, faced a break point on her own serve in the opening game of this 3rd set. And that's well saved.
Yeah. Very effective stepping inside the baseline. Finishes that point off. And again, we talk about the outside factors of who's sitting in the stands for her. Former world #1, Grand Slam champion, Hall of Famer, Amelie Mauresmo. Caroline Garcia, former world #4. just recently retired here. The Open, playing her final match. A lot of pressure. Ponytail there that you see is Garcia.
I think we should say congratulations, because her and Borja, chap that's sitting nearest to us, were married last month.
Yes.
Dating for a couple of years. Well, both beat Grand Slam champions to get through to this second round, to have this opportunity to move further at this year's US Open. Here we are. A set all, 2 games, all juice.
Zarazua.
7 for the match now, and her first in this set. Well saved.
Well played. And this is what she's capable of. We've seen signs of this brilliance from Parry, moving forward, finishing at the net.
And it's frustrating for her supporters. It's the longest game of the contest so far, and actually a match that's had very few long games. At my scorecard, I think this only the 5th game that has gone to deuce. Zarazua up to the task. She's like a human backboard.
She got to the ball rather quickly and hit a beautiful deep shot. Actually, almost untied the shoelaces of Parry. She ended up hitting a 2-handed backhand lob attempt. Wasn't good enough.
She's very contained emotionally, isn't she? Certainly outwardly anyway. She tries to make 3rd round of a Grand Slam for the very first time. Another chance to break in this game. That's well saved. Another fast serve.
Let first serve.
Yes.
Beautiful serve.
Advantage, Parry.
100 miles per hour down the tee.
Advantage, Rico. Then Rico half fair. 1 game 1 set.
And the Frenchwoman digging herself out of a complicated service game. And we remain on serve in this final set.
Leads 3 games to 2. Final set.
Thanks, Brazil.
Time.
13 love. Fourteen, 15.
Love.
We know that the top-ranked Mexican Zarazua isn't going to really do anything differently, is she, throughout the rest of the match? So what of Parry here? What do you want to see from how is she going to get over the line?
Well, I'd like to see her to start to hit a lot of these slices deep cross court as opposed to down the line in the middle of the rally.
Oh, very neat and tidy. She does volley well.
She's won 58% of points after moving forward. 7 of 12 attempts. Simple punch volley. But to answer your question, that's what I want to see. Zarazua is a player that baits you into playing her game style. So she's taking your power away because she's just coaxing the balls back. She's hitting the balls in the mid to high 60s, right? There's no pace behind that. So it's hard for you to generate your own pace. And so for Parry, she's got to make that commitment that I'm going to hit the ball. I'm going to step up and have some racket head acceleration.
took some coaxing.
And go for my shots and be a little more aggressive and try to get these mid-court
40,
balls
15.
so that I can put them away.
Played that beautifully into almost against the wind there.
A lot more aggressive of a forehand from Zarazua. It pays off.
Three games all, final set. Thank you, thank you. Love 15.
To know what is Diane Parry's game plan to come out of this set on the right side to beat Zarazua for the first time. Lost the prior two meetings on clay a few years ago.
Love 13.
Zarazua was able to push Parry well beyond the baseline,
Love
forcing that
13.
error. Big moment in this final set. 3-all, love 30.
15.
Critical moment for Parry.
Fifteen, 30.
She rises to the occasion on that one. Beautifully executed shot from Diane Parry. That was not easy. Full extension on the high backhand volley. Great racket head control here for the winner.
Keeping it simple.
Nicolas Vermeer 2-1 per set.
Do it.
Looking at the situation a little extravagant from Parry. And France have 4 players in the world's top 100. It's been a while since Caroline Garcia was at her best. They've had, you know, really top players, and a lot of them used to have a great deal of strength in depth.
30 love.
And that's more like it. Parry, one of 2 Frenchmen through to the second round here at the US Open. And you think back to the era that you played in, and you'd have half a dozen, wouldn't you, through?
Oh, absolutely.
Haven't quite been producing as many as they have on the French men's side. Very much looking for another big start.
30-15.
That's another gutsy hold, and this time from love 30. And we remain on serve in this final set.
Parry leads 4-3, final set. Time.
Women's second round singles, delicately poised in this final set on serve. She's like a shock absorber, isn't she? Out there on the baseline. She is everything that Diane Parry isn't, and they're completely polar opposites in terms of game style.
I like the shock absorber. I'm gonna have to use that one, because that's exactly what she is.
You can have it. It's yours.
She's absorbing everything that Parry's given her. Just decelerated a bit on that forehand, dropping it short in the net.
This is heady territory, though, for the 27-year-old Zarazua. It's much moving into its third out because she has spent so much of her career sort of outside the one, so around the 150 mark on the rankings. Now it's a late career breakthrough for her.
It's never too late.
Probably 22 years of age, looking to get herself back again in the world's top 100 and then into the 50 where she was a year ago.
Opportunity for Parry. Second serve, 15-30. Will she step up and try to rip a forehand, or is she just going to chip backhand back in play? That's the latter. Well, she got away with just playing it safe, in my opinion. It worked.
15-40.
But if she gets a second serve here, do you want to see her step up and crack it?
I mean, she has to take advantage of her advantage in these opportunities, you know, and show that she's ready to close this match out and not just waiting for Zarazua. That's Zarazua's style of play. That really is not Parry's style of play.
Chance to break here. Don't forget she had an opportunity in Zarazua's opening service game in this final set. Couldn't take it.
$30-40.
She got there in the end.
Well done from Zarazua, being the aggressor.
She likes that backhand, doesn't she, from the forehand side of the court.
But she stepped all the way around that forehand and hit that two-hander.
Oh, it was such a big point. It was safety first. And here she is back at deuce. It's certainly the most competitive set of the three, and with some of the best tennis in it.
A player will show you what their best shot is when they step around a forehand to hit a backhand. Too much, too close to the ball.
Advantage Zarazua.
Zarazua always hopeful. Let's have to play catch up in this match on so many occasions.
Do it.
And it's a long time for Zarazua to play in many ways from behind. She led 2-1 in the first with the early break, but since then she has trailed the Frenchwoman.
putting the pressure on Parry, moving forward. She's showing that she wants this match.
Zarazua.
That was not an easy volley. Made that one a little bit more difficult than it had to be.
But she doesn't miss. A rare error on the Mexican #1's racket. Standing room only.
18.
Terrific point.
Well done from Zarazua. She is showing her tenacity out here today. She's patient. She's showing that I have variety. And I have touch.
Advantage, Zarazua.
18.
That's a gutsy hold from 15-40.
Huge hole. And this crowd is loving it.
4 games all, final set.
You can see the fans, even on the other bleachers in court 6, they're all standing over there looking at court 5. Over 2 hours of play.
Out. 15 love.
Net 7-7.
Let's see if this is going to go to the wire, or if someone's going to break through. Parry stepping up with some aggressive play.
Love.
Emily here with her son and daughter. Tournament director of Roland Garros these days is the former world #1 and major champion. Might see the Olympic rings on her left arm there. And great uncle Vicente is a doubles gold medalist at the 1968 Mexico Olympics, when it was a tennis demonstration event, and they're trying to get it back in terms of as an Olympic sport. It failed. It took a long time to return back to 1988 in Seoul, Korea. But, it's very, very, very close to her at the Olympics. And tennis very much in the family. Her grandfather and father played. Her brother, Patricio, came onto her team a few years ago from a US college player.
Nice serve from Parry. Really stepping up here in this game. Through the stages of this match.
Parry holding on once again, and she moves ahead in this final set. They're still on serve.
Parry leads 5-4, final set. Time.
Renata Zarazua, something to stay in this second round contest. opening point. That's another steal from the Mexican.
Well, you know what? It's a great shot from Zarazua, but I don't mind Parry making the attempt to move forward to put some pressure on Zarazua, forcing her to win this match or to stay in this match, right? Parry's trying to close this out. So do something different. Good serve from Zarazua. The tunnel vision right now.
30 love.
She's so calm. You don't see a lot of emotion coming from Zarazua. Whether she's been winning, losing, everything's been kind of neutral emotionally.
Yeah, and that's maybe why she was able to come through against Keys on the biggest tennis stadium in the world. Oh, so neat and tidy.
Very compact.
Can't imagine her having a scruffy bedroom at home when she was growing up. She's very precise with everything, isn't she?
I wouldn't have gone that route, but yeah, sure.
Not everyone is the same on court as they are off court, but I have to say, it often follows, doesn't it?
13.
And it's a really disciplined performance.
I think that was the most efficient game we've seen Zarazua play this entire match.
And her second love hold of this final set. So on we go here. In this deciding set, as long now at 68 minutes as the first two combined. She was there.
Wow, she was there.
What has Parry got to do to win a point?
Love.
She gets to every ball. Zarazua. Kudos to Parry for moving forward.
Maybe some of the frustrations out here for Parry. She too has shown very little emotion.
Time.
Parry's trying to say anything you can do, I can do better. Trying to hold it love as well. She hasn't had a love game since 2-all in the second.
responding well,
Parry.
and indeed she does answer a love hold with one of her own.
Parry leads 6 games
And
to
on we
5.
go in this final set. Well, court 5 has become a show court out here this evening. Once again, Renata Zarazua serving to stay in this second round contest.
15 love.
Just made a good start. Excuse me.
Yeah, Zarazua is so quick to move up to these short balls. Just great balance. Gets down so low. She's already low to the ground to start.
And you can say that because you're also low to the ground.
I am. Leaning backwards on that attempt.
15 all. So important, though, when you're serving to stay in the set to get that opening point, which she did. Now it's 15 all. Well done from Parry, taking that ball out of the air. That's what you want to do when you're trying to close out a match. Recognize when those balls are going up that you can move forward, finish with one swing. And she didn't get too close to the line on that one. Gave herself a margin of error.
And the ball was moving around in the air like crazy out here. Yeah, exactly.
30 all.
I think Zarazua has gotten all of the net court advantages in this match today. The ones that have popped up have gone over and in to the court for a winner.
Ooh, that would have been match point. She might have used up all of her 9 lives. What? It's 2.5 hours they've been out here. So back at 30 all.
Wow. It drops in.
Forty, 30.
Love 15. Love 13.
That ball caught the baseline. You know, when a ball hits the lines out here, it actually skids a little bit. The paint on the lines is different texture than the paint on the court. A little unlucky for Zarazua. Just wide. Needs a little more topspin on that forehand. Keep it in.
Advantage, Zarazua.
Gosh, not an empty seat out here on court 5. This is where the action is. Outer courts.
The two main stadiums, Louis Armstrong and Arthur Ashe, being a little empty for the last couple of hours. This is the show. Anything can happen in Grand Slam tennis.
And we've gone the distance. This is a short match compared to Zarazua's opening round match, right?
You couldn't write this one. And it's going to take a 10-point tiebreak to decide who goes through into the third round.
Tiebreak, ladies and gentlemen. A 10-point tiebreak will be played to decide the match.
For Parry, it's the second time that she's played a deciding tiebreak at Grand Slam level. It's first to 10. For Zarazua, it's her first time. Let's see how they go.
Thank you.
It's all on the line right here.
Parry.
What's going to decide it for you?
Well, first of all, that was a beautiful serve to open up this tiebreak. And I think the high percentage of first serves in from Parry will definitely be important.
She thought she had her luck.
You can't hear anything out there.
No, as umpire Isabel Snyder said, don't think she's heard anything for quite a while. So, reminder, first to 10.
First game, second set.
That's what it takes.
Besides that first serve percentage from Parry, I think from both players, it's them stepping up and finishing the point. It's not just sitting back and waiting for the other person to miss. We know Zarazua is going to get a ton of balls back. Parry's just slicing the ball and putting it back, but who's going to take the initiative to have the first ball strike?
As you said, we know that she can run all day. And just very comfortable in that 3 hours and 10-minute victory against Madison Keys in the opening round. She does not miss and she does not get tired.
30 love.
Zarazua is better at just keeping the ball in play. Parry with the slice, as we just saw. I think that slice will have a tendency to float on her as this tiebreak wears on. If it's close in scoreline, the tension can play a factor. I like the fact that she was moving forward in that point there, meaning that, hey, she's willing to attack.
That's the ticket.
Who's going to finish inside the baseline?
Parry.
I've been saying that the whole match.
They haven't been listening.
Well, maybe she is now.
Never too late. But she opens up a little breathing space here. But it's a long way to go yet. And 4-1 is a deceptive scoreline. It's only the single mini break that she has with the advantage.
Yes.
It is so rare for Mexico to have a top player, male or female. It's been 30 years since Angelica Galvadon, someone that you and I know well from playing back in the 1990s, made the third round here. And I suspect it's about cocktail hour right now in Mexico, a couple of hours behind New York time. And I think they might be cracking open the tequila. And all eyes and all screens and all the bars you'd imagine are on this young woman, Renata Zarazua, a big star back home and a huge following here in New York. They've all come out to see her play. Still trailing in this contest, as she has done really for the majority of the time they've been out here.
A little tension in the arm of Parry on that forehand.
4-3 Parry.
Ball dropping low. Zarazua jumping around like the Energizing Bunny, and she's wearing all pink, so that's appropriate.
There's a lot more chatter, hasn't there, between her and her camp in this final set. And what a time to find her 5th ace.
Good spot, yes.
Oh,
Second serve.
can you believe it?
What happened?
Good fault, first one of the match. And that was a review official who watches the footage on the cameras that are placed adjacent to the baseline and behind Diane Parry. I'm not sure if it was a foot across the centre line or a foot over the baseline. And she does really well to regroup.
Yes.
And she keeps that mini break advantage.
6-3.
That's all it is.
Parry.
So first to 10.
That was a good mental recovery. You know, with the electronic line calling, it takes the argument out of the player's mind.
Has she got this?
7-3. Parry.
Time.
Oh, she pulled it wide.
8-3.
I think she got a little bit too close to the ball and then tried to pull it with her body. Good effort from Parry.
Well, 2 serves to come. It's a long way back now, isn't it? This is where all the excitement is on the campus. Day 5 of this year's US Open. I saw this earlier when she was at the other end going to the towel box. Maybe just the beginnings of a cramp here.
Beautiful shot from Zarazua. Deep in the corner, getting Parry out of position.
Parry.
Well, change ends for the second time. And we know that 27-year-old from Mexico is never beaten.
So only 2 points away. 10-point tiebreak.
That's somebody that came into Grand Slam tennis a number of years ago at the Australian Open and then the other slams followed suit to give some consistency across the majors and just, you know, not confuse the fans too much.
Yeah, we were all different. US Open was the first to have a final set tiebreak, but it was a 12-point tiebreak versus 7. Like all the sets were the same.
Yes.
Oh, what a time to produce such touch.
That took a lot of guts from Zarazua to throw in a drop shot. It was more like a drop lob, actually. It was pretty high. But still,
But it did the job.
She executed it well. You can see just how deep Parry was behind the baseline.
8-5, Parry.
It's not over.
Beautiful shot from Zarazua, getting that ball down at the shoelaces of Parry as she moved forward. Parry trying to put the pressure on her, but you've got to gain the right position at the net with confidence.
8-6, Parry.
Dead level in terms of points won, but can Zarazua ride this wave of energy that surrounds this court here?
Advantage. Yeah.
You can feel the energy through the screen from the crowd.
Parry.
Wow. One of 4 consecutive points for Zarazua. Such a great name, isn't it? I never get tired of saying it. Moments ago, she trailed 8-3 in this 10-point tiebreak. And can the Frenchwoman really steel herself here? A rare miss.
Parry did really well to stay in that rally, painted both sidelines.
Oh, yes, it's been that kind of match. And after 2 hours and 44 minutes.
9-7, Parry.
Diane Parry, the world number 107, is at match point. It's not a foot fault. Wow. In the most dramatic fashion. What a contest. She took on one of the most consistent players in the women's draw. And one of the most passionate crowds that we've seen here so far at this year's Open. But she is the one who goes through. It took her 3 sets and she wins 6-2, 2-6, 7-6.